We are counting down the 100 greatest video games of all time, and we are at number 99.
Yes.
Now, today we're doing something a little bit different. We're talking about Mortal Kombat, not as an individual game. We're not just picking one game. We're talking about it as a franchise because though it has some ups and downs over the years, it's delivered pretty consistently some awesome fighting experiences.
Yeah, and it's a seminal franchise. It's a franchise that really changed a lot in the fighting game genre, and it was one that right away was a breakout sensation. We're talking about 1992 here.
Fatality.
I wasn't alive back then.
It was hyper-violent. There were fatalities. There were crazy characters.
Let me tell you a little story. I was
Yes.
in New York City. I just moved there for the first time, and I was really into the Street Fighter series. I went to the arcade, and I got a glimpse of Mortal Kombat, and it blew my head clean off.
Because it was video, right? They looked like little people
And
inside
that's what they
this thing.
did. They actually took these images, these digitized images
Yes.
of human beings to create these characters, and these were unlike any characters I'd seen before. And I glimpsed the future when I saw Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, an incredible mythology that Ed Boon and John Tobias created right from the get-go, and I think it really connected. I mean, it was solid gameplay, solid fighting techniques, different than Street Fighter, and had its own style.
Well, it didn't have the finesse of Street Fighter. It never has had.
It hasn't had the extra animations. I mean, right away you were talking about missing animations in the way that they captured the data for the visuals by using live-action footage. Later on, though, there was a lot of detail put into the polygonal models and the animations and the motion capture stuff that they were pulling off there.
This is a game that has never shied away from being so over-the-top violent. It's comic by today's standards, but characters ripping the spines out of other characters. You had fatalities. You had this incredible voice that would say, finish him
Yes.
at the end of every match, and you would stand there and look at your opponent who was woozy on his or her feet. If you knew what button presses to press, and that's one of the things I loved about the old school arcade games, you could perform these incredible feats. If you
Yeah.
didn't know it, well, you were just another chump in the arcade, which is what I was.
Scorpion wins. Babality.
It's been really cool to chart the progression, and we have on Reviews on the Run. Here is a look back at some of the reviews of previous Mortal Kombat games.
Well, Ed Boon is back, and now we finally get Mortal Kombat on the next generation systems.
In full 3D.
Full 3D.
There's characters that actually barf on the ground, and you can slide and slip and fall into that.
Mortal Kombat!
We're talking about Mortal Kombat Deception.
Mortal Kombat, you know, I gotta be honest with you, this thing is really starting to seem dated, the whole
look and
game
feel of
and
it,
look
or-
of it. I loved all the different modes in Mortal Kombat. We
Yeah.
talked about the, the chess mode. You also have Puzzle Combat,
Which is great.
Which is just like Puzzle Fighter.
Please join us now for our discussion on
Mortal Kombat Shaolin monks.
I tell you what, I love this. In fact, this is probably my favorite Mortal Kombat game. Let me tell you something. The graphics in this game and the lighting is absolutely incredible.
But the best part about this game is you can go co-op and have somebody else join you through all these things.
Right.
We're talking now about Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
What they've done is they've pretty much taken almost all of the Mortal Kombat characters from the history of time.
Which I love.
Motor Kombat!
Which is basically Mario Kart with all the Mortal Kombat characters.
And fatalities.
And they have fatalities.
For me, one of the best parts, though, was also the fact that finally this year, you can create your own character. And they have a whole online play as well. Take that, Namco.
And I have to be honest, I'm a huge DC fanatic. Everybody that watches the show probably knows I love Batman.
The big thing going on here is that it's a teen-rated game.
Yes, it is, yeah.
That was a conscious decision on their part, trying to move more copies.
That's a DC decision right there.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think DC Comics, they're very protective of their IP, as they should be. And they're not going to say, yeah, okay, you can take out Batman's spine.
Nice little violent jaunt down memory lane there. Nice to see all those faces in the show again.
Absolutely, and congratulations, Mortal Kombat. You are number 99 of the best video games of all time.
Finish him.